Hello everyone, Monisha here. In this session, we are going to learn about probability chapter. In that, from question 1 to question 10, we are going to discuss here. Let us start the session. This is an interesting chapter. Please concentrate on this. Let us move on to the first question of exercise 14.1. The first question is complete the following statements. In that, the first one is a probability of an event E plus probability of an event not E. Not E is the negation of it. So the sum of this event E and not E is always equal to dash. The answer is 1. So both addition of E and not E is always equal to 1. So second question is the probability of an event that cannot happen. The probability of an event that cannot happen is always equal to 0. The probability of an event that cannot happen is always equal to 0, and such an event is called impossible event. So such an event is called impossible event or impossible. Moving on to the third question. The probability of an event that is certain to happen. The previous question is cannot happen, that is 0. The probability of an event that is certain, which is going to happen, is always 1. And such an event is always called sure or certain event. Sure or certain event. The probability of an event which is going to happen is sure or certain event, which is not going to happen is impossible event. Next, fourth one is the sum of the probabilities of all the elementary events of an experiment is always equal to 1. The sum of the probabilities of all the elementary events of an experiment is always equal to 1. And moving on to the fifth question, the probability of an event greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 1. So the probability of an event is greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 1. So this is the probability. The probability will be always between 0 and 1. I hope you understood this. Moving on to the second question of this session. Here we have to say whether the given question is equally likely outcome. Equally likely outcome means the most probable answer should be there. If there is no most probable answer, then it is not an equally likely outcome. The first question is a driver attempts to start a car. The car starts or does not start. This we have to check whether it is an equally likely outcome or not. So the solution or the answer for this is this experiment doesn't have equally likely outcomes. The reason is because a car starts, or if a car starts, it will be completely depend on different factors like fuel, quality of engine, machinery problem, etc. So we can't say exactly whether it happens or not. So if the question is like that, we don't know certainly what is the answer, then it is not an equally likely outcome. So moving on to the second question. A player attempts to shoot a basketball. He or she shoots or misses the shot. This experiment doesn't have equally likely outcome because shooting of a ball depends on a player's skill. If 1,000 members have been placed in a basketball court, we can't say which of the following can put a shot or not because it all depends on the skill or talent of a person. So this is not an equally likely outcome. Let us move on to the third question of this session. A trial is made to answer a true or false question. The answer is right or wrong. So this question is a pure example for an equally likely outcome. Why? Because we know that either the answer will be true or the answer will be false. Only two options are there and we can't alter any of the thing. So this type of question is said to be equally likely outcome because in true or false question have only two outcomes. Last one is a baby is born, it is a boy or a girl. So this is also an equally likely outcome because the question arises like boy or a girl. So this is considered as an equally likely outcome. Either we can say boy or a girl. I hope you understood this. Let us move on to the third question of this session. The question is, why is tossing a coin considered to be a fair way of deciding which team should get a ball at the beginning of a football game? So here, tossing a coin is always considered as a fair way of deciding to which team the football should be passed, because it has only two outcomes, and which is certainly we know that only two outcomes is there, either head or tail. So this type of outcomes is said to be equally likely outcomes, which we already know which answer should be there. So a coin is always said to be unbiased. Moving on to the fourth question. Here, which of the following cannot be a probability of an event? That is B option, minus 1.5, because a probability can never be a negative number. It can be from 0 to 1, more than 0 and less than 1, less than or equal to 1. But negative number cannot be considered as a probability. So the answer is minus 1.5. So moving on to the fifth question. So if P of E is 0.05, if P of E is 0.05, then what is not E? Not E is given by P of E bar. So this we have to find out. So the formula is P of E plus P of not E is equal to 1. So the sum of event and not E is always equal to 1. So this event is already given, that is 0.05 plus P of not E we have to find out. So P of not E is equal to, we are shifting minus 0.05, this side will become minus 0.05. So P of E is equal to 1 minus 0.05 is 0.95. So this is the way of doing P of not E. I hope you understood this. Moving on to the sixth question of this session. A bag contains lemon flavored candies only. Malini takes out one candy without looking into the bag. So what is the probability that she takes out, first question is, an orange flavored candy? From the question we know that in a bag there was only lemon flavored candy. So if there is only lemon flavored candy, then the probability of taking out an orange flavored candy, the question itself is not proper. So the probability of taking out an orange flavored candy is 0, and this is an impossible event. So this is the way of writing. If something is not possible, then we have to write it is an impossible event. In that, the second question is a lemon flavored candy. So since the bag contains only lemon flavored candy, the probability of taking out the lemon flavored candy is 1. If it is a certain or sure event, then we have to write 1. If it is an impossible event, then we have to write 0. So this is a certain or sure event. Seventh one is, it is given that in a group of 3 students, the probability of 2 students not having the same day birthday. Okay, we can write it as not having same day birthday. The probability of not having same day birthday, we can consider it as P of E bar, not having same day birthday, and having same day birthday. Having same day birthday as P of E. We know the formula for this, that is P of E plus P of E dash is equal to 1. Always the E and not E is always equal to 1, whereas not having the same day birthday, they have given the probability number as 0.992. So we have to substitute it for P of E dash, that is 0.992 is equal to 1. In the next step, we have to shift 0.992 to right hand side, so it will become minus 0.992. So the subtraction of 1 minus 0.992 is 0.008. I hope you understood this. Moving on to the 8th question of this session. So the question is, a bag contains 3 red balls. So first we have to write the data properly, that is number of red balls. Number of red balls is 3 and 5 black balls. So number of black balls is 5. So the total number of balls is equal to 3 plus 5, 8. So this is the data. So a ball is drawn at random from the bag. What is the probability that the ball is drawn is red? So the first question is probability of drawing red balls. Probability of drawing red balls is equal to, so we have to write number of red balls divided by total number of balls or total balls. So number of red balls, we know that number of red balls is 3 and total number of balls is 8. So this is the answer. I think probability is the easiest chapter in 10th maths. So second is probability of not drawing red balls. Probability of not drawing red balls. So not drawing red balls in the sense, if red balls is not there, then what is the ball remaining? That is black balls. So probability of not drawing red ball in the sense it is black balls. So we can write number of black balls divided by total balls. So number of black balls is 5 and total number of balls is 8. So the answer for second question is 5 by 8. I hope you understood this. Let us move on to the ninth question. A box contains 5 red marbles. So the number of red marbles is 5. 8 white marbles, number of white marbles is 8. And 4 green marbles, number of green marbles is 4. So the total number of marbles is 5 plus 8 plus 4, that is 17. So next, probability of taking red marbles. Only red marbles they have. The first question is probability of taking only red marbles. So the probability of taking red marbles is equal to number of red marbles by total number of marbles. Number of red marbles is 5 and total number of marble is 17. So this is the first answer. So next, probability of taking out white marbles. Only white marbles. So number of white marbles is 8 and total number of marbles is 17. The third question is not green. They have mentioned not green. What is the other two colors? That is white and red. If it is not green, then it should be either red or either white. So the probability of taking green marbles is number of red and white marbles. We can't say in proper that whether it is red or white marbles. So we have to take both. That is 5 plus 8. So 5 plus 8 whole divided by total number of marbles is 17. Therefore it is 13 by 17. So this is the way of doing the problem. I hope you understood this. Let us move on to the last question of this session of exercise 14.1. Here a piggy bank contains 100 50 paisa coins, 50 1 rupee coin, 20 2 rupee coin and 10 5 rupee coins. If it is equally likely that one of the coins will fall down when the piggy bank is turned upside down. So if the piggy bank turned upside down, one of the coin may fall down. So we have to find the probability. Will that fall coin is 50 paisa coin or will not be a 5 rupee coin? Okay. So according to the question, the number of 50 paisa coins is 100 coins are there. 1 rupee is 50 and 2 rupees is 20 and a 5 rupee coin is 10. So total number of coin is 180. Okay. So first question is a probability that the coin is 50 paisa. So the coin fell down when the piggy bank is turned upside down. If it is a 50 paisa coin, then the probability is mentioned by formula number of 50 paisa coins by total number of coin. The number of 50 paisa coins is 100. So it is 100 by total number of coin is 180. So this is the probability of 50 paisa coin falling down. Okay. So next is the falling coin will not be a 5 rupee coin. The falling coin can either be 50 paisa, 1 rupee or 2, but not a 5 rupee coin. Then the probability of coin is not a 5 rupee coin is given by number of 50 paisa coin plus 1 rupee coin plus 2 rupee coin. Okay, number of 50 paisa coin is 100 plus number of 1 rupee coin is 50 plus number of 2 rupee coin is 20. Whole divided by total number of coin is 180. So this probability is given by 170 by 180 is the probability that the coin is not a 5 rupee coin. I hope you understood. If you have any queries regarding all these 10 questions, please comment me on the comment section.